In 2023, I introduced you to another OG city girl mayor of Louisiana. You know, Mayor Cantrell was the first in the region, but there's another one giving Cantrell a run for her money, and that's Mayor Keisha. She's running the town of Elton in Jefferson Davis Parish. Mayor Keisha, she's been accused of misappropriating funds, voter fraud, finding people to vote for her after they died, or taking residents from other towns to vote for her. I mean, this lady, she's been walking around trying to bully everybody. If you disagree with her, she'll get her sons, her husband, and her daughter to fight you. Mayor Mayweather will even fight you herself.
Tensions rise in Elton as footage from a recent council meeting shows discord breaking out. A verbal altercation led to the mayor being cited for simple battery after a woman yells for the mayor to keep her hands off of her.
Get your hands off of me! You keep your hands off of me!
We're told tensions were high during the meeting and came to a head once the meeting ended. As people were leaving, Heidi Newell, who was present during the discussions and seen in the video, says the mayor hit her in the chest.
I was videoing like we normally do because of situations, and she basically turned around and hit me in the chest and knocked my phone out of my hand.
It was a hot ghetto mess. We're going to talk more about what led up to this moment and the officials that's been trying to cover up this whole situation. Plus the town, the people, the residents, they are tired of Keisha. Last year I talked about how the residents tried to recall the mayor. They had some issues the first time, but after being persistent, following the law, the residents came together and was able to get the governor to approve a recall. So that recall vote is coming up next week. They're trying to get OG City Girl Mayor Keisha kicked out of office. More details coming up, but first, take a second to make sure you're subscribed to the channel and click the notification bell for all updates. Okay, so the last time I covered this story was when Mayor Keisha started knucking and bucking at the town hall meeting. Of course, she tried to play the victim and told the news that she was protecting her family to excuse her behavior. In reality, she was using her family to challenge residents who didn't agree with her. At that town hall meeting, there was a resident there, a man. She was being disrespectful to him, calling him a boy over and over. Then she told him that she was going to get her husband and son to fight him. That's when she got her son and her husband to corner him, according to witnesses. Then Mayor Keisha got mad at this woman right here for recording it.
She basically turned around and hit me in the chest and knocked my phone out of my hand.
According to witnesses, she smacked the woman's phone and hit her. All of this was to make her stop recording. Well, the mayor thought it was over, but there was another woman in that meeting that had also started recording. A police officer was there too. He ended up writing the mayor a ticket. The mayor called up the sheriff's office where she had pulled. So although the police wrote the ticket, the case was supposed to be investigated by the sheriff and the DA, but instead they covered up the case. The current sheriff and DA, they're buddy-buddy with the mayor because she endorsed them for office. But now the citizens are also fed up with Sheriff Ivy Woods. They voted him out of office, and the new sheriff will be taking over in July. Unfortunately, though, the do-nothing DA that's still buddy-buddy with Mayor Keisha, she's in office and she's not going anywhere yet. Now, back to the altercation that night. The mayor ended up hitting a woman because she was recording the situation between the mayor, her husband, and her son versus one resident who didn't support her. That resident also has an active lawsuit against Mayor Keisha and the city. The mayor, she's been coming after this man ever since the first recall attempt. He was the organizer of that petition. So the mayor, she got mad at him and ordered her son to go find him and attack him. One day, the son found the man at the car wash, and this happened.
The mayor of Elton has been sentenced to probation for simple battery after a fight at a car wash in June. This video shows the altercation between Marcus Lemoyne Jr. and Roderick Williams. Lemoyne is the son of Mayor Keisha Lemoyne. Monday, he pleaded no contest to a simple battery charge and was sentenced to 6 months of supervised probation and fined $500 plus court costs. Williams is the whistleblower who first called attention to voting irregularities in Elton and was a vocal supporter of a petition to recall the mayor.
So the mayor first retaliated against the whistleblower by getting her son to attack him last summer, and she's been going after this man ever since. Some months later, in November 2023, her son got off with probation, and that same month at the town hall meeting, she tried to get her son and her husband to fight the whistleblower again at that same meeting that went viral. While at this meeting, you had a resident recording this ratchet mayor and her crime mob family trying to corner the whistleblower, and that's when the mayor got out of her body and put pause on the lady for recording. Everybody there knew the mayor was dead wrong and out of order. She's been accused of trying to retaliate against both the whistleblower and the woman recording, and they're not the only one she's been attempting to bully. Mayor Keisha, she's been down there trying to intimidate the employees. They're all afraid to do or say anything because she threatened to fire everybody. The city council members won't say anything to her either. The residents are afraid to speak out, and the ones who stand up to her, they're reporting that the mayor threatened to have her kids or her husband fight them. There's also another resident that spoke out at a town hall meeting against the mayor, and that woman reported that the mayor had her daughter and her younger son, a teenager, jump up in her face and threaten to beat her up. Now the residents are really tired, and they are finally getting some motion. They got all the signatures they needed for the recall petition. The first attempt, they didn't have enough signatures verified by the state, but this time they got exactly what they needed, and that recall election was approved. But of course, the OG City Girl mayor tried to stop them from moving forward with the recall election.
After less than an hour of arguments, her case was dismissed, the judge saying he can't stop the governor from calling a special election because he already did it 2 days ago. It's set for April of 2024.
That is not over. This is just the beginning.
The mayor, though, not giving up, she now has 15 days to contest the governor's proclamation.
Because my work is not done for my citizens.
It's the state's stance that they don't get an opinion or discretion when calling for a recall election. According to state law, it must happen if the signatures are certified by the registrar, which they were.
We still have till December 28th to file another petition to recall the recall petition. So we are planning on doing that, so it is not over. And we also still have the petition for damages that we have against Mr. Jared Trahan and Ms. Marilyn Granger.
As for Granger, one of the residents who filed that second petition to recall Lemoyne, she's happy with the way things turned out.
I'm feeling great about all this situation because we absolutely did nothing wrong. We had guidelines to follow according to our rules and regulations from the Secretary of State and from the Registered Voters Office, and I did that to the perfection.
Mayor Keisha went to court several times to try to stop the recall, but wasn't successful.
The town of Elton is officially moving forward with a recall election for Elton Mayor Keisha Lemoyne. A Jeff Davis judge ruled earlier today that the proper rules were followed, despite Mayor Lemoyne trying to get the petition thrown out.
The crazy thing is, when people get away with being out of order, retaliating against employees, residents, and anyone calling them out, they really start to believe they're Teflon strong and they can do whatever they want. This woman is not only accused of retaliation, but there are allegations of misappropriation and failure to cooperate with the audit of city spending. On top of that, you had Sheriff Ivy Woods and the DA covering up for the mayor. The sheriff is already holding the L for his own re-election. The recall for the mayor is coming up next week, and the DA, well, her days are also numbered because she's obviously not doing her job either. Let's go ahead and get the conversation started. Do you think the mayor will lose the recall and get kicked out of office, or will the residents vote to keep her in? Let me know your prediction below in the comments. Shout out to Donna K. I appreciate you, Donna, for all of your support, as well as SGI Measured Men. Don't forget that you can support this channel as well. Links to Cash App and PayPal are below. Ladies, fellas, want a balanced analysis, want the truth from a woman's perspective? Then you're going to want to subscribe to this channel, and don't forget to like and share.